Hello, in this lecture we'll talk about the story of the great poem The Night in the Panther's Skin. Actually, the story in a nutshell is about the adventures of two knights. The first one is Toriel. His nickname is the Knight in the Panther's Skin, and he is the hero of the story. And the second one is Abtandil, and he is the commander of the Arab armies. And in more detail, we can say that the story can be divided into two parts. The first part is the search for Toriel, with the nickname The Knight in the Panther Skin, and the second part is the search for Toriel's beloved, the Standard. In the first part, the search for Toriel, was the one that is the king of the Arab armies, the king of Arabia, the king of the Arab armies, challenges Abtandil to a hunting competition, and after 3 days of shooting game, they take a break and they sit under a tree, and suddenly they saw a mysterious knight dressed in a panther skin, crying by the river. They were very curious to find out who is that mysterious knight. So Uthman, the king of Arabia, sent servants to acknowledge him, to encounter him, but the knight, the mysterious knight, reacted violently and killed all the servants that came to acknowledge him, and then disappeared. Then King of Savan sent servants all over the world in order to find the mysterious knight, but became disheartened when he failed. Then Tinatin, she is the daughter of Osteman, the king of Arabia, asks from Abtandil to find the knight, the mysterious knight, promising to marry him in return. So Abtandil searched Toriel, the knight in the panther skin, for 2 years and 9 months until he found him, and the mysterious knight told him that his name is Toriel and that he was the commander of the fleet of India, and he was in love with King Porcedan's daughter, the king of six kingdoms of India. So he told Abdul that he was in love with the Standard, the daughter of King Ferdinand. But the Standard was abducted by the demon king, and from that moment he was very depressed, and he went to solitude in the wilderness with only a maiden that her name is Asmat. Asmat was the maiden of Nestandarajan, Tariel's beloved. And Avtandil was very excited from the story of Tariel, and he promised Tariel to help him to find his beloved Nestandarajan. So that is the first part of the story, the search for Tariel. The second part of the story is the search for Tariel's beloved Nestandarajan. So actually Tariel, Avtandil and Pridon also, that is the ruler of Mulgazanzar, all the three together with 300 soldiers did the unthinkable and succeeded to invade, to infiltrate to the Kajis country, and actually Nestandarajan was kept in a high-rise building, in the top of a high-rise building, and 24 hours guards were guarding her, and the soldiers of the Kajis are actually demons. The soldiers of the Kajis were very brave fighters, and the 300 soldiers with Avtandil, Tariel and Pridon succeeded to win the Kajis, and they rescue Nestandarajan from her captivity. And finally, the story has an happy ending, in the sense that Tariel, that Avtandil marries his beloved Nestandarajan, and Tariel marries his beloved Nestandarajan. Tariel, actually Avtandil marries his beloved Tinatin, the daughter of King Arabia, and Tariel, the hero of the story, the knight in the panther skin, marries his beloved Nestandarajan. Okay, now I will tell you the story in detail. As I already mentioned before, the story can be divided into two parts. The first part is of Tandil's quest for Tariel, the titular the knight in the panther skin, and the second part is of Tandil's quest for the standard Jean, Tariel's slave. So in the first part, search for Tariel, the king of Arabia, Ostevan, has no sons and confers the kingship on his only daughter, the beautiful and wise Tinatin. She has a tender affection for Tandil, the knight and commander-in-chief of Ostevan's armies. One day, Tandil challenges King Ostevan to a hunting competition, and after 3 days of shooting game, they encounter a knight crying by a river. He is dressed in a panther skin and kills the slaves sent by the king to contact him, then disappears. Ostevan sends parties across the road to search for the mysterious knight, but becomes disheartened when he fails. Tinatin asks of Tandil to find the strange knight in 3 years, promising him her hand in marriage in return. After 2 years and 9 months of searching, Tandil finds the knight in the panther skin hiding in a cave with only a maiden for company. The name of the maiden is Asmat. His name is Tariel, and Tariel is the son of King Saridan, who has the 7th kingdom of India. Tariel had served as heir to King Parsedan, king of the other 6 kingdoms, for many years before falling in love with Parsedan's daughter, the standard Jean. Tariel wages war with the Katabians to earn the favor of Nestan, but is dismayed to learn that she has already been promised to Khwarazmian prince. His name is Khwarazm. Tariel couldn't bear the idea of her marriage, and at Nestan's request, he killed the suitor. The princess was placed on a boat and set adrift on the seas. Despite Tariel's lengthy search for his love, he couldn't find her. Later, he met Nuruddin Fridon, ruler of Mulgazanzar, who told him that Nestan was alive but trapped on a distant boat. Tariel retired to a cave to live in the wilderness with Asmat, the former servant and messenger of Nestan. Moved by this story, Tandil promises his friendship and brotherhood to Tariel and agrees to help him find his love, the standard Jean. Tandil returns home to Arabia and tells Tinatin the story of Tariel. Against King Ostevan's wishes, he returns to his new friend Tariel. So we finish with the first part of the story, the search for Tariel. The second part of the story is the search for the standard Jean, Tariel's beloved. In the second part, Tandil then leaves Tariel to go to the kingdom of Pridon, where he doesn't hear anything new about Nestan. Continuing his quest, he arrives in the city of Bulandshahr. He meets Patman, the wife of the chief of Shen, who falls in love with him. Tandil sensing she knows the fate of Nestan succumbs to Patman's seduction. She tells him she has been keeping Nestan at her place, and as Nestan was promised to the king's son, she helped her escape, but in her flight, Nestan was abducted by Kaji, the demon king. Oftandil then returns home to Pridon and to the cave of Tariel, and later all three friends, that is to say Oftandil, Tariel and Pridon, decide to go to the country of Kaji with an army of 300 men to find and deliver Nestan. When she is released, all return to Arabia, where King Rostavan forgives Oftandil his flight and breaking the king's order. They all celebrate the marriage of the later, that is to say Oftandil, with the king's only daughter, Tinatin. They then leave for India, where Tariel marries his love, Nestan Darajan. Pridon also returns to his homeland, and the three friends reign happily with prosperity and generosity in their own respective realms. Okay, thank you very much.